What's up, nerds? Welcome back to my channel, guys. I'm so excited. Today, as you guys saw by the title, we'll be doing my monthly reading wrap-up for the month of July. Don't even get me started, because honestly, I feel like July really went by fast. Normally I say that, but like July, it's still 4th of July to me. I cannot believe it. But I read a crap ton of books. I'm going to start with all the books that were on my TBR, and then I'll kind of finish with whatever other books I read this month. First, if you guys like monthly reading wrap-ups, if you like reading, if you like all the nerdy things, then definitely hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and without further ado, let's just get started. One day I'll get that intro right. So I had 6 books on my TBR this month. I didn't want to put all the books I wanted to read on my TBR just because I wanted a little bit freedom. Obviously I could read whatever I want whenever I want, but I feel like I really like to stick and read my TBR. But then I just want some freedom to kind of do and read whatever else I wanted. In addition to that, I had done 2 reading vlogs. I did 2 reading vlogs this past month, and so I had books for that, and I didn't want it to be too repetitive, like putting them in my reading, in my TBR, then putting them in videos and So I didn't want it to be too much, so that's why I kind of separated it like that. But anyway, I'm still so excited. I did read every single book on my TBR, which is one of the first months that I've done that, which is amazing. So the first book I read that was on my TBR was Emily Henry, Happy Place. That's a lie, I didn't read it first, but it was on my TBR, and I did not love this this book. I did do it in a reading vlog video, where I was reading booktube, like, recommendations, or, like, really viral booktube books, because everyone and their mom, like, is truly obsessed with this book. Oh my gosh! I got distracted because I just got, like, 10 new subscribers in the past day. I am so thankful, guys. I am so excited. You guys are just making me so excited. I love filming these videos so much, and so honestly, thank you so much. But I did this in a reading vlog, reading these viral books, and people love this, and I could see why people love it. It's just not my favorite, and I think the more I read, the more I figure out that I just don't like the whole communication, I guess trope, but I just don't like miscommunication in general. And it's not even miscommunication, it's literally lack of communication. She just doesn't ask him, like, why did you break up with me? They were together for mad long, and, like, she just didn't ask him why. And so they had to basically pretend like they were still together for their friends. And he, like, makes comments, and she never says to him, like, dude, you broke up with me, which I would have done a million times. And so I just didn't love that. It wasn't, like, something I wanted to read, like, every night. And then it does go back in time to, like, the past, which the past was so super cute. Like, I would have liked a book just in the past. That would have been so cute, like, the way they met and that kind of, it was super cute. Anyway, so it does go back and forth in timelines, and I just don't love that either. So I think it just mixed with a bunch of things I don't genuinely like, or generally like, and that's why it wasn't my favorite. I did give it 4 stars. I'm a pretty generous rater, so honestly I probably should have given it 3 stars, but I, like, feel bad because I'm like, I love Emily Henry, so it just is bittersweet. So not my favorite, but I did read that. And it was on my TBR. Okay, both of these were in the same movie. In the same book. First is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I loved this book. At first, it took me like 2 days to start it, because I just could not get into it. This is young adult. They're in high school. The main girl, Liz, is just very, like, she's a high schooler. Like, she acts like it. And I was like, oh no, I can't relive high school with this girl. I can't do it. So I was not obsessed, but then, it kind of gets better. I think the, Wes kind of, like, carries this book, honestly, so it gets super, super cute. And then I think, are they out of school? I don't know. There's a lot of scenes that when they're not in, most of the book, they're not literally in school. They do, like, high schooler stuff, like, go to games and, like, different things like that, which were fine. They just don't, it's not necessarily in school. The first, like, I think chapter or 2, they're in school, and I'm like, no. But the rest of the book was so good. I gave this 5 stars. Haley Pham, of course, is obsessed with this book, and honestly, it's so good. Is it my #1 favorite book? No, but I think it was so great. And young adult, I'm going to make my sister read this because I know she'll love it, but, like, young adult readers who want to read closed door romance, high school this will be your friend. This one also is open door, just so you know. This is closed door. Okay, this one was also from the same video. Again, just get them out the way because I don't want them to be too repetitive, but I read When in Rome by Sarah Adams. I love this book. 5 freaking million stars. It was so good. It was like, this is closed door as well, which is amazing, but they are in like a small town. She's actually famous, and so she's kind of getting over like what she's doing. She's like fresh, whatever. She's done. So she wants to take a break, so she ends up going somewhere to take a vacation. She meets this guy who's like been burned before by people who who visit the small town but don't ever stay. And he's like, I'm not dealing with this. Like, I'm not doing it. But like, you can see the attraction and like the cuteness, the banter is so cute. Everything in this is so cute. The relationship building, it was just so fun. I laughed so much during this book. Again, this is in a whole reading vlog if you want to know more. 10 out of 10, so good, 5 stars. So then on my TBR, I did read Acotar. So the first book in the Acotar series is by Sarah J. Maas. I was not obsessed with this book either. This is another one that I probably would have given 3 stars if I wasn't like so generous. I just feel bad giving stuff 3 stars. But honestly, like it wasn't my favorite. So I gave it 4 stars because I do know that there's more to come. Like, this is just the first book in the series. Whatever, it's fine. But I was just not obsessed. I feel like this book, most of the book, there's nothing like happening. It's just very like chill. You're like they're introducing you to the world, which is fine. But then like the last like chunk of the book, maybe like that much, so many good things happen. Like, there's action, you're intent, you're hooked. I was like, inject me. This is so good. But the rest of it was just like and so I was just kind of like why? But I know that there's more to come, so I have high hopes for the rest of the series. It's just this one was not my favorite. I had really high hopes for this one too, which is why it was so disappointing, but it's fine. I know there's more to come. I'm waiting, but like, this was not my favorite. Okay, I actually read King of Wrath by Anna Huang. I want to read this series so bad. I actually pre-ordered the second one in this series because they have like a special like cover edition on Barnes & Nobles that I could pre-order, so I pre-ordered that, and I'm so excited. This is the King of Sin series. This is book 1. I loved this book so freaking much. This is just so addicting. I'm like, I just need to keep reading. I need to know what was happening. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I read this in like a day. So this one, the girl, the guy's a billionaire, already winning. And so he, the girl's dad actually like blackmails him into marrying his daughter. So he's living with the daughter. They're like, whatever. So he's like, okay, like obviously I'll do it because I don't want to be blackmailed. Because he doesn't want whatever to happen. Basically. Anyway, so he's like living with her, like getting to know her. They're planning the wedding, that kind of stuff. The girl's father is like really strict, really crazy, like delusional, honestly. And so he like, the guy's also though trying to figure out like how to get rid of the blackmail so that like he can't do it, but obviously along the way he falls for the girl. So you get to see like how that all plays out, like what ends up happening, like if he decides to destroy the blackmail and like ruin the father, or like, you know, not show the father. Like, there's so many options. It was just so cute, so much fun, and you love it. This is open door. I don't think I said that. Acotar is also open door. This one's open door, and it was just so good though, so good. So I cannot wait to read the rest of the series. The ending was just so cute. Everything about this is so cute. So freaking cute. Okay, and then the last book on my TBR that I read, again, all 6, was The Unwanted Marriage by Katharina Mara. I loved this book so much. Like, if you guys don't know, this series is the Windor series. So right now there's only 3 books, but they're 5 brothers and 1 sister, and their grandmother picks, like, who they're gonna marry, all of them, so that's in arranged marriages. And so this one is Dion and Faye. And they actually knew that they were in arranged marriage, like they were gonna get married in since they were like kids. And she's a lot younger than him. So like when he became an adult, she was still a kid. So not a kid, but I think she was like 16 or something like that. So like they obviously didn't do anything until they were both adults. But the thing with this one is that if this is like a very big trigger warning, the main girl, her dad is abusive, and so keep that in mind if you're reading this. It does go into depth, into detail, her emotions, just her feelings so much. She was so, like, there's this part, it runs through my brain a lot. There's a part where she's, like, asking this girl, Raven from the other book, she's like, oh my gosh, like, I could wear jeans? And Raven's like, yeah, you can wear whatever you want. Like, But there are different moments like that because, like, that were obviously signs of, like, just the way her dad treated her or whatever. So it was just so cute. And I love the way, like, Dion was just protective of her. I was, like, you know, you're my girl now. So, like, we're getting married. Like, you're my girl now. And so, like, everyone in the world better stay away from you or they're gonna get hurt. So it was just so good. Loved this book so much. And I love this series so much. This is Open Door as well. But it was so good. But I did read the Serpents and the Wings of Night. I read book 1 and then 1.5. So this is, again, the Serpents and the Wings of Night. This is the Crown of Naxia series. This is by Carissa Broadbent. I love Carissa Broadbent. Man, just by this book alone, I'm obsessed. She's such an amazing writer, and I cannot wait to read the next one. So this is like Hunger Games meets vampires. So there is like these trials that they're in right now in this book. There's trials where if you win, you get granted like a wish or something like that. So the one girl who competes this is actually human, and everyone else, literally everyone else, is a vampire. And so she was raised by a vampire though, so she has like a bunch of fighting skills. Like she has a possibility, a chance of winning. And so you just follow her like through these trials, which is so cool. Of course, she meets a guy along the way, and you just the ending to this was such a huge cliffhanger. I'm surprised they lasted this long and haven't read the second one yet. But I'm so excited to see what comes, and I just love this book so much. Like it's honestly one of my favorites ever. I'm so excited. I want to read it again. Not gonna lie. Okay, then this is like a little novella in between the two. Now, these are not the same main characters as the Serpents and the Wings Tonight. This is like two new characters. Not two new characters. These are two other characters that I guess play a bigger part in the third book, which I'm so excited about. This is called Scorch Roses. So someone had commented this on Goodreads, and I kind of agree 110%. They were like, how did it feel like I was reading a full-length book in this little, like, 200-page book? And I'm like, honestly, you're so right. Like, it really feels like it's a whole in-depth book. You get to meet, what's his name? Vale. You get to meet Vale, and just, he was like, it was just so good. I don't even know how else to describe it. It's a great, like, little book. Like, if you're kind of have, like, an itch you need to scratch in the fantasy realm, but don't want a really full-length book, this definitely does it for you. It is Open Door as well as the Serpents and the Wings of Night. And the Wings of the Night. I'll just mention this now because I also did read The Fourth Ring by Rebecca Yarros. I'm honestly, the thing right now is, honestly, I'm a little bit more excited about The Serpents and the Wings of Night, just because I know I have to wait so long for the second one of this. If I could, like, buy the whole, like, I don't even know how many she's gonna come out of this. If I could buy the whole freaking series, like, ASAP, I would. Like, I would pay a lot of money just to read all these books. But I don't even know, like, how many she's gonna do. But it's vital for a reason, guys. It is so good. It is Open Door, but just the dragons and the fantasy and just everything about this is so cute. And Xaden is, I always want to call him Xander, and I don't know why. Xaden is just delicious, like so cute. I'm obsessed with him. Love this book. I honestly need to. I'm gonna read it again before Iron Flame comes out, but like honestly, so good. So good. I don't even want to say anything. I feel like this is one of those books that you really want to just go in blind. Like, just obviously, you know, there are dragons, they're at like a college, and like there's a love interest who's a bad boy. I feel like that's all you need to know. Everything else is a surprise, so just enjoy the ride. Like, do not look at anything, any spoilers or anything like that. Okay, I'll mention this one quick because I did do this in my reading vlog video as well. This is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. This is so good. I love this book. 5 freaking stars. I think all the books I forgot to rate were all 5. Yeah, all the books I forgot to tell you the rating were all 5 stars. This one is also like not an exception. It's so good. I love this because it's like not your traditional like flow of romance. Like, you meet the couple, no, you don't, you meet the girl, she's with another couple, then you meet the guy, like, it's just a super interesting flow. I love it. Like, normal, like, romance flow, like, a normal romance flow is, like, you know, you'll meet the couple, whatever, they start to date, like, each other, then they break up, and then, they get back together. Like, that's normal. Obviously, other stuff happens, but you know what I'm saying? This one wasn't even like that. So I'm like, it's even unique in that sense. Obviously, ice hockey and figure skating, also unique. And then you get introduced to, like, 3 different guys in, like, the first, like, 4 pages, because any of them could, like, be the love interest, and then you get his point of view, and you're like, oh, I see you. And so it was exciting. I was not, at first I was like, hold on, I'm more overwhelmed. But once I started to read it, I love this. Like, there's so much to this, so much depth, and so much character building. I just love these characters. So good. 10 out of 10. Okay, we'll go for another one that probably deserves 3 stars, but I think I gave this 4 stars. Just because, again, this is Twisted Love by Anne Huang. I've heard that this is the worst one in the series. Like, the rest of them are the better ones. But honestly, this felt like an off-brand version of King of Wrath. I did read Twisted Love first, but then I read King of Wrath for a second, and I was like, how did the same author write these? Because honestly, the stories are very similar, where the dads are like very like crazy, like literally delusional, and then the boy has beef with the dad. Basically, the love interest has beef with the dads in both of these, and then like the girl ends up being like in the middle of it basically, and so it's crazy, but this one is super, super twisted, honestly. Like, so, like, this is best friend's brother as well. Brother's best friend. Like, there's a lot to this, and I understand, like, it is twisted. There's a lot going on, but I honestly felt like it was just, again, like a cheaper version of this book. It really tried to be in-depth and stuff like that, and there are crazy things that happen, and you're like, what? Like, how is that happening? But to me, like, there are crazy things that happen that you're like, oh my gosh, and then there's crazy things that happen, and you're like, and that felt like when I was reading this book, like, what? But also, these are in the same world, so some of the characters get mentioned in this guy. So if you like to read books like that, which I do, then that's really cool. It's very fun and fresh, but did not love this book. I feel like, though, it was like I have to get past it so that I can get to the better books. I just wanted to make sure I had them all in order. Next is The Wall of Winnipeg Me by Marissa Zapata. This one I gave, like, rightfully 4 stars. This was fun. They always call these slow burns. I just feel like slow burns, I feel like the beautiful thing about slow burns is that you really are rooting for the couple. You're like, come on, just, like, get together already, please. Like, that's what you want. This one I didn't feel like that. I was just kind of like, I don't know. It was just kind of felt like a fluff kind of book where I feel like they were just like chilling, which was fine. It was very breezy. Like, again, I don't feel like there was so much like depth or anything like that was like, you know, killing me or like eating at the you know, like really getting to me. Nothing was like that interesting, but I feel like it was cute. Like, the couple, like, the people are cute. If you guys don't know, this girl actually works for him. He's a famous football player, and he hires a personal assistant, and so she kind of works for him, but then she wants to quit. So he also realizes then he needs to move back to Canada or whatever. Whatever, he's gonna get deported back to Canada basically, but so he's like, I need to get married. And so he's like, why don't you marry me? So then they go through that. You can imagine what happens, blah, 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 blah. And then they finally, at the end, realize, you know, they're together. This is an open door romance. I just keep forgetting. These are also open door as well. But this one is open door. It's easy to make closed door, though. It's only 1 chapter. So you can just, like, skip that chapter, because honestly nothing like happens there that you need to know. You just skip the chapter. It's very easy to make closed door. But I wouldn't even say go through the hassle. I think, like, compared to like Dear Aaron that I read by her, that one felt like a good slow burn where I was like, come on, just meet. This one felt like okay, like, it was cute. It was fun. Again, that's why I gave it 4 stars, but it was just like not everything I needed more. Now, this book was everything I needed and more, and I didn't even know I freaking needed it. This was like, I don't even know. This is Bittersweet Memories by Katharina Mara. Now, if you read the Windor series, this is actually Silas's story, and honey, it was so good. So you actually get 2 parts in this book. The first part is the past, where he meets this girl, and she's like, they're like kids. Like, she was 13, I think, and he was like 16 or 18 or something like that. And then, like, you get this background, then they meet again when they're younger, and then, like, crazy things happen. I don't even want to tell you. I think just go in blind because it was so good. Then you get part 2, which is 5 years later, and she goes missing. I'll tell you that. And so he spends 5 years looking for her, basically, and then when he finds her again, she's dating his brother. It was insane, like, craziness. But he loves her so much. Like, he really, really wasn't in a relationship, like, for however long. Like, since he met her, he really wasn't into, like, in relationships, like some little random thing, but it was just stupid. Like I just ignored that. But he was literally just looking for her, and it was the sweetest thing. Silas is like probably one of my favorite book boyfriends ever. Like he created a whole business just to find this girl. Speak to me, honey. Like so cute. It was so good. So I was really excited about that. I'm really excited. I want to read this again, honestly. I almost bought, like, there was a limited edition hardcover, and I was like, should I buy it? Because I love it so much. I settled for some stickers, but it's okay, because it was like $30, and I was like, okay, well, I could just read this one again. But honestly, it was just, the couple is the most adorable thing ever. They are so in love with each other. It is so cute. He has the cutest nicknames for her. I took, like, a bunch of pictures, but he calls her, like, sweetheart and love and like just does he say love? I don't know. He says like sweetheart and like honey, and like it was just all the cute stuff, and it was so good. This one's good too because you know how like couples have their things, like, you know, if they like say something to each other or like you know, meet up at a certain place or like, you know, have like something together. It's so cute, but this one has so many that it's like, oh my god, you're just so happy. And that's how you know, like, she really wrote a couple that really loves each other, because like they have like a super cute tree, they have like a super cute saying, he calls her Ray, like he has super cute nicknames for her, and just so many cute stuff and so many banger moments. I'm obsessed. I literally talked for like 5 minutes about this one book because honestly it was one of my favorites this month. For sure. This I gave 5 million stars. So good. 10 out of 10 recommend. Please read this. And honestly, I think this is like interconnected standalones with a couple like in a series, but like honestly I don't even want to read those. I just want to read this one because Silas gets mentioned a lot in the Windor series. Silas and Alana, they get mentioned a lot in this series, and so I was like, I gotta know. So now I know. Now there's no going back. So bomb. So freaking bomb. Alright. So I decided this month to split up my TBR and my monthly, my monthly reading wrap up and my next month TBR. So on Thursday I'll be posting my TBR for the month of August. Let me know how you like it, if you like it together. I know some people like it together, but I just didn't want to make like a super long video, and I also want to kind of like go in my makeup cart, like put the books away, like do a bunch of stuff with you in that video, so I wanted it to be like decent, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, let me know. Let me know what your favorite book is you read this month, and yes, bye nerds.